So, what's cracking, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Marnell Jones Show, the most crackingest podcast around. And once again, I want to thank each and every one of my viewers, each one of my followers, each and every one of my followers who listens to my podcast, who watches my YouTube channel. Like and subscribe, because without you, there be no me. So, as many of you know, I'm from Newark, New Jersey, born and raised, and I went to several elementary schools, and I went Burgaard was my main elementary school. Then I went to Hawthorne, and then University for gifted and talented kids. But somehow or other, I got caught up in the streets. You know what I'm saying? And every day I wonder, how the fuck did I get caught up in the streets? How did I become a statistic? Because it wasn't supposed to be like that. I was raised with my grandmother, 3 sisters, my brother. I come from a pretty decent family. Even though we was raised in the hood, I was the one, I guess, who went astray. I guess paying for the sins of my father. But nonetheless, I ended up getting locked up at 19 for attempted murder, robbery, carjacking, a bunch of bullshit. You know what I mean? It was gang related as well. With my co-defendant, you know what I mean? My punk ass co-defendant, fuck that nigga, man. He did some whole shit, you know, in Hudson County. But that's neither here nor there. So I get locked up for all this charges, and I end up doing 10 years. Not straight, I ended up doing 6 years straight, come home on parole, moving fast, violated 3 months later, went back to finish got caught with another gun and did another 4 years. So that was 10 years altogether. Decade of my life gone down the fucking drain. So before I went in there, you know, I started cripping. I was graping on the streets. Then I get locked up in Hudson County, and it was hard, man. It was hard. It was hard being a Crip in New Jersey prison systems, and I would say about 2000, 2001, 2, 3, 4. It was real back then. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't know, but on the East Coast, Crips are outnumbered. You know what I mean? It may be about even now, but back in the early 2000s, late 90s, early 90s, early 2000s, Crips was outnumbered. It was all bloods everywhere, man. Bloods on the street, bloods in the prison, especially in the prison system. So it was hard. It was hard, man. Getting jumped, fighting. This how my tooth got chipped. You know what I'm saying? It was real hard. It was real hard. But through it all, I'm gonna give y'all a couple names. Some Crips, some great homies, and I guess some grooves, some homies that was really holding it down. Everywhere they went, you know what I mean, it was fighting, they was getting jumped, they was just fucking safe, whatever, it is what it is, cause y'all gonna have to pack me out, you feel me? And I'm gonna name some Damus who was also putting it in down there, who had, who was just doing shit, you know what I mean, who had the rank, and who was just beating niggas ass. So the first homie I come across, he was Hoover. He was Father Deuce Hoover, and he was trying to start his own set called NWOGC, Nationwide Outlaw Gangster Crip. And when me and my co-defendant got arrested, they sent us to Hudson County. Now Hudson County is like Jersey City, Kearney, whatever fucking surrounding towns, but a lot of people in there from like Jersey City and shit, Bayonne, all that shit. You feel me? So we locked up. We ends up in Hudson County. This was in 2002. Now we in there, we cripping. I'm great. He folk. I don't even know how the fuck me and him started hanging. Matter of fact, that's another story there. He came from Wisconsin, so he was pitchforks and shit, banging 7-4 Hoover GD. So we ends up in Hudson County, right? All bloods in there. We didn't know no other Crips in there. It was just me and him. So I'm like, yo, cuz, we gotta stick together with the woo. Shit down, man. We riding together. He like, alright, you Puerto Rican nigga. You know what I'm saying? Poppies don't really be that tough, but that's but we ain't Puerto Rican. I'm like, yo, we gotta stick together and shit. He like, alright, cuz, with the woo. So we get in there. They put us on this wild ass tier, right? They put us on some tier called, I think it was C3 East. C3 East, yeah, that was like the gang fucking tier. Cause when we get in there, the COs didn't know what the fuck we really were. They thought everybody was bloods until we Crips wasn't getting locked up like that. I don't need no fucking bloods, man. Crips, man. oh yeah, y'all boys better be hiding here. You gotta do a lot of fighting. Y'all ain't too many of y'all kind in here. So now that shit got me nervous. I'm like, oh man, shit is going down, but I ain't trying to show it. I'm like, oh, it's about to go down. So we ends up on C3 East. This like the gang, and it's all Spanish up there. Like some, I think these niggas was like, they was Latin Kings. It was a lot. This is the first time I ever ran into this many Latin Kings in my fucking life when I ended up in Hudson County. Now, I've heard of Latin Kings before, but prior to that, being on the street, I never was around them. I would only see them like in New York when I would go cop my coke, like on Broadway and shit. They was like BBK, Bad Boy Kings and shit or something, but they wasn't even wearing yellow and black. They was wearing like red and black. You feel me? Back then. But I knew they was Latin Kings, but you know, they were more today. More today. Loud as the motherfucker. More today. They'll be like, what the fuck? I'm looking on the team like, what the fuck is they saying, cuz? Like, the fuck is that? All I hear was, more today. I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, man, this shit is crazy. What the fuck is these niggas, man? So don't be like, yo, they Latin Kings and shit. I'm like, well, alright, well, okay. So we ended up on this team. We with Latin Kings, we with Nietas, a couple 13s, MS13s and shit, and rest is like, Nietas, and just a sprinkle of bloods. Now the other side, and Crips, and then the other side was like all bloods and shit. They had us kind of like separated and shit. So when I get over there, it was a lot of Crips over there too. I guess that was our pod, C3 East. I ain't fucking know. I was new there. So when I get over this, little, not he wasn't kind of short, but he was kind of like maybe like 5'8", had a bald head and shit. He comes up to me like, "What's cracking, cuz?" He's like, "What set you claim?" I'm like, "On Grape Street." He's like, okay. Like, yo man, what's the homie over here? Like, what you claiming? So my homie's like, GD folk, and I mean something for whoop. So we're like, alright. So by long short, the first Crip that I met that was really about that shit. This was the first Crip I'm talking about, like in prison. You know what I'm saying? But there's a bunch of homies on the street that's with the shits. But the first homie I met that was really with the shits and he had a name for himself, downstate and in the county jail and on the streets, was OG Buddha Hack from Jersey City, from Curry Woods. Yeah, OG Buddha Hack, man, rest in peace. What was his name? Ibn Abu Bismi Allah, something like that. So this was the first live Crip that I met in jail that was live, and his name was Buddha Hack, OG Buddha Hack. Now if you do your history, I think he's like one of the first homies that was cripping out there. You know what I mean? You got a lot of homies out there that was had names for themselves, but he was actually bringing that shit in prison, fighting, playing with the bangers and shit. He wasn't no bitch, you feel me? He wasn't no punk. So that was Buddha Hack from Jersey City, man, Curry Woods, and he's I believe he's deceased right now. Rest in peace, CIP, OG Buddha Hack. But that was the first live Crip I met, and all the bloods knew him. He went places where he went. Nobody ain't do nothing to him. That's how it was. You know what I'm saying? That's how he was. He was just with the shits. Second Crip I met, he was Grape Street from my set, you know what I'm saying? But I didn't know him. See, everybody see how it is. I don't know, like I guess the homies in Jordan Downs, they the projects, everybody know. That's from that area right there. But in Newark, Essex County is big. You could be Grape Street from East Orange, you could be from North, you could be from down bottom, you could be from Vauxhall, you could be, you know what I'm saying? You could be from anywhere in Jersey and be great, but everybody just don't know each other like that. But if you're official, you counted and accounted for. Like I'm counted and accounted for. Like my big bro knows me. Whoop-de-whoop, I'm counted and accounted for. And if you can't be traced, you might not be official. You know what I'm saying? But so the first live Grape homie, the second live homie I met was Spoofer. You know what I'm saying? And I met Spoofer in Ad Seg. I had ended up in Ad Seg and Bordentown Ad Seg for fighting, and I ended up back there next to him. So I'm like, what up, cuz? You know what I mean? So you cuz? I'm like, yeah, I'm great. Whoop-de-whoop. So we chopping it up and shit. He was from 17th Ave. Spoofer was a raw nigga, man. Ugly motherfucker. Nigga look like a young Frederick Douglass. That motherfucker was ugly as hell. He had dreads and shit and everything. He looked just like Frederick Douglass with dreads. And Spoofer was cool. GIP to the homie who stole cars good as fuck, named G Rap. Him and G Rap was like left hand man. You know what I'm saying? And but yeah, Spoofer was about it, man. Everywhere he went, he fought. That's why he was back there. They jumped him in Bordentown, jumped him in Yardville. He was going out to Bordentown as say he was going out to the yard with all the other bloods and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that. This real raw nigga, man. No bullshit. Spoofer. From 17th Ave. What was his name? Ahmed Green. And I hope he's still alive right now, man. You know what I'm saying? I hope he's still doing good, man. But he knew how to box and everything. Spoofer. I mean, that's my nigga. Now, I think the next raw grape I met, you know what I'm saying, the next raw homie I met, I would have to say was Purple Heart. Purple Heart is from Trenton, New Jersey, and he's great. And this man was feared in prison. Now, this is not like no bullshit, like dick riding and that shit. This man was feared. He was like beating motherfuckers the fuck up. He was beating Crips up. He was beating Bloods up. He was like that. He was on. He was live wire. You know what I'm saying? He just wasn't no hoe. And he was tall and had weight on him with dreads. So he was just and he could fight. He could box. You know what I'm saying? Like the man, I ain't never met a grape like that or a man like that who just everybody feared him. You know what I'm saying? You could sense the fear when he come around. Motherfuckers when they P's and Q's, they walking on eggshells, they fake laughing at every joke he make. They want to be on his good side. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never seen no shit like this, man. So, you know, that was Purple Heart from Trenton, man. And that's my left hand man, you know what I'm saying? That's my brother, you know what I mean? That's actually my brother. I haven't spoken to him in a while because my mind's somewhere else. I'm trying to do some shit. But, you know, that's my left hand man. So if anybody from Trenton ever heard of Purple Heart, not only that, even in the streets they fit us, man. He with the shits. You know what I'm saying? But he very intelligent, though. I never met a person like that. So I'm gonna run down a couple other homies' names that was with the shits down prison, where it was Rawway, Gang Unit, Riverfront, you know, wherever you ended up at. Southwoods, you had to get it cracking. Yardville, Annandale. So we had Easy G from Hyatt Court. Easy G was doing his numbers. We had Slash, light skin Slash. No, Blaze, light skin Blaze with the dreads. Light skin Blaze from 6th and 5th. Big King. She had Moo. 1-0 was doing his thing. He was fighting back there. Rated G. Chunky Black. Chunky Black down Rawway. He was doing his shits. Hirsch. Shit, man. It was a gang of homies that was just, you know, wherever they went, they were just fighting. They wasn't no hoes, you know what I'm saying? They just wasn't no hoes. Mossberg, you know what I'm saying? Big, you know, Nitty. Obviously, Nitty, you know, he ain't no hoe. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So there was a couple, you know, the great homeboys that was doing it, man. He had some grooves down there. Yeah, my nigga Rashid Bowler, you know what I'm saying? She, he ain't no bitch, man. You know what I'm saying? He ain't no bitch. He'll fight you. He was with it. What's the other homie name? True. They was getting their ass. They was getting fucked up back there in GU, but they kept on fighting and shit, man. Hottie True, you know what I'm saying? Hottie True, he ain't no hoe, you know what I'm saying? It was just a bunch of homies that was with the shits. And these are early Crips, man, like early grapes, early grooves, these like the first era homies, you know what I'm saying? The first generation homies. You know what I mean? But when I was down, a couple bloods was ringing bells. You had a lot of bloods in there that was with the shits though. There was just so many of them. But you had No Good, you know, big OG No Good. That's my man. He cool as shit from LA. You know, he got jammed up over here. You had Big No Good. You had Split Splash. You had Sticks and Stones. Was doing his numbers. You know who was funny as fuck, man? My man Iceberg, man. Iceberg Iceberg is from Stella Wright's Homes, you know what I'm saying? Prince Street. But I think he started being an EO. I think he had like a body or some shit. Maybe 2 bodies or some shit. But Iceberg was skinny as fuck. He looked like, what's that? He looked like Ricky Smiley. Ugly than a motherfucker. He looked like Ricky Smiley. He was a pervert back then. That said too, jerking off to the nurses and shit, doing some crazy shit. I think we always doing that shit. But you know what I'm saying? So, but Iceberg was funny as hell. I think he was double R. And he was a funny dude, man. I wish him the best, man. He was cool as shit. Who else? What other Bloods was doing their numbers back there? You had El Dorado. You had Markel. Markel was annoying. You know what I'm saying? Shit. First, one of the first Bloods I fought was a kid named Ronnie Rue or Soulfly Brum, whatever. He was beating them blood niggas' asses too, man. You know what I'm saying? Man, him shot the fed though. You know what I'm saying? He ain't beat my ass though. You know what I'm saying? That's a fact though. You know what I'm saying? Who else? It was a lot of Bloods. Threat. What's that? Threat from what? One Threat from? Threat was from Seth Boy. Yeah, Threat was from Seth Boy. Threat talked a lot of shit, man. I don't know if he's still alive though, man. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? They was doing their numbers back there. Shout out to King Honesty. Honesty had like 111 years, 170 years. You know, Honesty from North. It was just wild back there, man. Prison is wild, man. It turned you into a different person. You don't want to be there because it's going to turn you, you only go do one or two things. You either turn into a savage or you turn into a straight punk. You feel me? Where niggas take your shit all day and straight disrespect you. Or you just go turn into a savage and you just be fighting. There's only one of those two things going to happen. You know what I mean? Because it forces you to be something that you don't want to be. You know? So I'm about to call my homegirl right now, Jazette G. Let's see what's cracking with her. This is how you talk to your homegirls, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, I don't know where the fuck she been at. This motherfucker. Now she don't want to answer her phone and shit. You know what I mean? If she ain't answering, she probably cooking them burnt ass burgers.
Hello. Please leave a message.
Let me see if she'll answer one more time. Try this shit one more time. Okay. Let me try this shit one more time. Shit, I guess she ain't motherfucking beat. Anyway, she probably trying to call me back. Let me see. But yeah, so you don't want to go to prison, yo. If anything, if you can avoid that shit, stay on the straight and narrow. I got more tales coming up, you feel me? But those were just a couple names of people that was holding it down. You feel me? Shout out to the Damus. I fucked with them heavy, man. Back then it was, people wasn't really on it like that. Fuck with who you fuck with Crips, Bloods with Bloods. But now everything is like intermingled and watered down, so everybody just fuck with everybody, man. I fuck with you if you real, you feel me? That's it. But I want to give a shout out to everybody who listens to my show, my podcast. Y'all have a nice day, and make sure y'all tune into each and every episode. Peace.